nobleman, sir.
Indeed, good wife. I'm Sir Hans Capon of Liver, Lord of Rathma. That is, almost.
Almost a nobleman, sir.
It's, well, a little complicated. Basically, my father, rest his soul, bequeathed his estate to me when I come here.
Ah, what's complicated about that, sir?
Nothing. And everything. The thing is, it's up to a bunch of nobles. My father, unfortunately, died when I was 8.
You seem quite adult to me, sir.
Yes, you think so? And they keep dragging their heels about it. Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The 3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a Cuman patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armour. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favours the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanosh as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bozhena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bozhena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskovitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
Then you shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice folks buy from us, but I understand. Next time I'll come straight home, so you're not on your own so much. If anyone comes here again threatening you, I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us.
Henry, I like...
He saved my...
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission.
All right.
I'd expect no less.
And a man's an easier
What
target.
about the rest of our company?
You saw for yourself. But you're right. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper...
When we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass...
You're right.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that Istvan Toth...
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
The days are long. There's no end of work to do.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. You're still my protector, though, so you need a weapon right away. Here you go. You never know.
Where'd you get it?
I found it in the dung pile. Must have belonged to the fellow I brawled with that night we got here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Oh my gosh. That was so hilarious.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa. Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Get your shitty hands off me!
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You tried to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Oh, different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit, huh?
And the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
It's that woman from the pond.
Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my, ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof, it stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests stinking up my...
Half taste good today. Nicely settled. And cold. Straight from the cellar.
What was that?
That is wounded.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then.
Stuff's undrinkable.
I'll be right back.
Leave it out. Once you got through the first one, you knock it back like it.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine.
I thought we divided up fairly, but that toe rag only gave me the inner.
What was that? Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead. And won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Let's hear it. Right now.
Sorry to bother you, but
Oh, hold...
we saw each...
What?
Yes, you were.
I have no...
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you.
That's nice of you. Helping some unfortunate...
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the King's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Oh, shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why you standing here like a pillar of salt?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than saw your work.
All right.
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with my old man was meant to take them into the house. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That you have to lay each sack on the planks so they don't touch the damp floor and go mouldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it Two men can finish the work in a...
All right, we'll do it. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting back.
Aye, it's terrible. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you... Is that clear?
All right.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up. Where are you actually from?
Scallops.
I ain't been further than... But I know this place.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me. So don't, but otherwise you can find work anywhere. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's come to mention it. He's sat just round the corner, and that fella next to him is Miller Grazel. You know what they say? Well then...
Is this the only tavern?
In Truskovitz,
You must be doing pretty well.
I'd be doing a lot better if every...
Where do you want the sacks?
To the pantry. That's the... But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's it.
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
I heard some talk about some...
Ah, young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast. That's a lot different from when some tanner gets itched to a back.
Could I get to...
I don't know about that, lad.
Where's the wedding...
That's Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other.
Who is this?
Can't you tell by the name? Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And there used to be a rich family.
Will Lord Bo...
How should I know what his lordship's plans? What's that?
Oh.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple, young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a...
Is that all you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking for...
I'll go and discuss it.
And careful with them sacks.
And what can I get for you?
I talked to that...
I noted. It didn't look like she was...
The main thing is...
It's definitely her, though.
I got the... I did get...
What?
Von Burgot. Sacre.
If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him...
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is it's invitation only, of course.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trosk?
Because it looked...
Oh, that's fantastic news. And that shouldn't be a problem, because...
I'll come up with...
I hope so. We'll ask the local...
There's something else we have to sort out.
I noticed that.
We can work off our debt. If we both...
Lug sacks?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
All right.
I'm glad you...
Although...
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
So, which...
Good. But it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with pure blood, in short, be so kind as to get to work.
I'm on it.
Thanks again for accepting.
How?
That too, of course. But above all, once, as soon as we have at least some gear, although, if you think about the 3 states of man...
That would be kind of you.
I knew you'd be...
What? You're not the fella who's supposed to carry the sacks, are you?
Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh.
Did you hear what happened at the big wheel? At the mill? Yeah. Place by the Żerowka Street. What then? That's the water sprite being up to the ears again. You could say that.
Get this. Milotroshka says he was in the water at least a week, judging by the state of his body. So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water. But the river there has a powerful current. Then it throw him down.
What's the deal?
God grant
I'll
his
have
health.
some Frank and Vashek too.
I'll drink to that.
How's it going?
My wife and I are pickling cabbage. Loads of it.
Again? That's what you said last week. And the one before that.
Take it of ale, thanks.
You're in a bad constellation at the moment. That churns up the black bile and makes you ill.
You idiot. You've been hanging around with Miller Fraser, haven't you?
What if I haven't?
Probatio.
Qui visit non vinegat. What? Is that supposed to be Latin?
Laugh all you like.
You know what it means.
They gave 3
No.
times as much milk
And I
out.
doubt you do either.
The burden of proof is on the one who declares, not the one who wants.
Well, there you have it. Enjoy.
What did you say?
Say it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trusky. Making camp in such an
Where else were they supposed to make camp?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not...
But calm down.
I'm perfectly calm.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits, even fun...
Believe what you like. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults.
You want to come to the wedding? I'll give you a piece of it. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith, or you'll see the glorious occasion. At least from a...
I am Sir Hans.
I am Sir Hans Capon. You're starting to bore me.
No apology then. It looks...
Oh.
Didn't you hear?
Oh no. Take your
I give you a chance to apologize. Get ready to pick up your broke...
Oh.
You scum!
Oh, son. I'll rip your arse open. Now we'll have you, you scum. Let him have it. Send my greetings to the dead. Don't spare him.
Show your
stuff.
Take that fucker out!
You wanna try me?
Yeah, a chance. If
werden dich ausnehmen. Los!
Unbelievable. Yeah, don't spare him.
This won't end well for you.
Good. Yeah, don't spare him.
Wanker! Jetzt reicht es! You're dead! Baba! Zeig, was du drauf hast!
I ain't had enough yet. I hope he doesn't hurt anyone else. Filthy vermin. Got you! You haven't a chance, bastard! Come on, then! I'm hit!
Nice hit!
Pray, you bastard! Don't beat you!
Yeah! Don't spare him!
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly.
Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse.
What?
You behave like a spoilt brat.
How dare you speak...
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh, yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I don't fucking believe it. You're really going to blame me for it? It was you who caused the brawl. Ah, what an idiot I was to stand up for you.
And what good did it do? Fuck all! If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works. Well, nothing to say, yokel? I can't believe I ever bothered with you. My so-called protector, adjutant? You're a waste of space. It was me who had to save your life. You couldn't even keep an eye on your fucking mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I haven't said anything because there's no point arguing. It won't do us any good. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Otto.
Hey! Lord Von Bogo!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
All right. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Oh my god, they've improved so many things. Holy shit.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Aye, aye. You're in the right place. Over here.
What do you want from me?
Get some water first. Water. There's one little.
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Barely. Look at me. They just let me out of the pillory. Nobody wants anything to do with me. And I don't even know what hill that is over there.
Well, that there hill is Slatego. And you pull yourself together. Like Tomcat says, nothing's impossible. And bruises build character.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's...
At least you're not walking around bare ass.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me...
And what do you have in mind?
What armour?
Oh, nothing. They say a famous knight lived here, or the other way round.
And is the armour...
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'd prefer something...
After what you did here with that friend of yours. But between the two of us, it's easy enough to scrounge up a shirt and trousers.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Henry? Aye. You're in the right...
What do you want from...
I don't...
Uh-huh.
I've been... And that...
You well?
Oh, well. Now...
Barely. I just...
Well, and you pull your...
Do you know what...
They say he's a master swordsman.
Do you think Tom...
No offence.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if you can handle a weapon...
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back...
Well, sure.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know.
How does he show...
With his muscles. He rips logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over. But to be fair to him, Stanislav's sheep fell in...
And Tomcat...
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the...
Where might I run...
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond.
Should I watch...
No, I don't think so. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue. Otherwise Tomcat will show you...
Hey...
I'm Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here.
I ain't. I'm...
You're...
No, I usually find...
Then why are you begging?
Sometimes I collect her, but I'd like to go somewhere else. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people.
I'd like to see what they're...
You can go and see them.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but with the city...
You said you were going to a city...
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't...
Aha.
Well, but I won't be troubling her long.
Why exactly?
Why? I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated...
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted.
Don't get your hopes up.
You mean they... I appreciate your...
Practically...
At least... And what...
What...
They say if all...
That is the armour...
No.
I'd like to look just...
After what you did here, I'd say you're...
Still, I don't want to look like...
Without money, you can't... You'd certainly find something fancy and bod...
Thanks.
Just don't get yourself...
I have no...
The hell? Here you go. I'll skip supper.
Wow.
Yeah, don't start crying. Don't exaggerate.
Still.
There's a stud...
And which way?
Southwest. Once you see... Though...
I really need... Do you know where I might find...
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again.
If you find some work...
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. Oh well, it was nice.
Don't worry, you'll manage.
What's new in the county?
I heard Project the Innkeeper is probably coming. Will they never? And now I've been visited. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field.
What do you mean more?
That we found someone. I've been digging up bodies ever since. Also, if it wasn't bad enough, now someone's stealing
cabbage.
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just saying, do I really have to do this? Do I? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. I'd like to report an ambush.
That's the serious...
Well,
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint in...
It's a long story.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure. If you were telling the truth, why don't you... I'm sorry, lad, but until...
I need to...
With the royal...
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy. But he's still in Prague.
And where do I find...
Where do you think?
But they won't let me...
What do you want me to do? I'm not going to put in a word for...
Excuse me. I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday.
I can't help you with that.
I'd like to buy something.
If it's a tradesman you're after, your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows...
What's new?
Nothing special. It's peaceful here, and the war... Well, that's how...
And what happened?
What do you think? It started with that note, and then the wolves. Oh, and then, But that's...
I understand. What's new in...
I was just... He said...
What do you mean more?
That we found... I've been...
Oh my fucking gosh.
Put some... gloves on, you scoundrel. What do you want, you yokel? Speak up or get lost.
I heard you could use a help.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know Henry. The Black...
Yeah. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any.
For the nobility, eh? Well, as it happens, I have to forge a...
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you...
Sure thing.
Great.
Iron.
You can't make a... But if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything.
Fucking sorry. Pliers.
Go over to the anvil and let's get started.
I'll be done with you in a flash. This won't end well for you. Now you
Are you gonna get started then?
What are you lying here for?
Goodness gracious! Are you all right? Wake up! Quick!
If he thinks I'm taking that lying down, he's got another thing coming.
I'm sorry. Get to it. I want to see how you'll fare.
I'll be right there!
Are you gonna get started then? Are you gonna get started then? Are you gonna get started then? Get to it. I want to see how you'll fare. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellow. God's wound, Henry. What are you waiting for? Heat it up. Tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw colour we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. Well, what's the hold up? Give it a try. Hit it a few times. Go for it. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. So what then? If you can't handle it, I'll have you make nails instead. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Heated up now, so come over to the anvil. See that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Sparks are flying nicely. That's the ring you want. Well struck. the ring you want? See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. That's some nice whistling. It's easier to forge to a rhythm, isn't it? Keep on whistling. Make sure you keep up the tempo. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it. And the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Well, I won't lie to you. That's pretty botched up. I can tell. But at least you make an effort. I might as well give you a try. It's all about making sure that's why you can't let it get cold. Or keep striking if you work evenly. Each strike falling right. Got that? Or is there some...
How will I know it's...
Notice the shape. The closer you are to...
Thanks.
You can sleep in the chamber, but... And of course, you can use the... Any question?
Where can I get...
You can buy some... But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornaments... This is just a village, you know. The local...
What can I do?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much...
Where exactly is my...
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow, and you can put your things in the chest there.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be... You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need... Right. Here are some simple drawings that show you can get that...
Just like that?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. You take care of these smaller jobs. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again,